What's up? What's up? What's up? Anytime I do these videos, I never check if I have anything hanging down my nose. What I'm going to talk about today on today's live is something you're going to find fascinating. It's how to turn anxiety into excitement. How to turn anxiety into excitement. Excitement. If you're watching the replay, type it in the comments below. Type in the comments below what the temperature is where you're living at. What the temperature is where you're living at. So what I'm going to go over today is it anxiety or is it excitement? Which one is the two? How do you differentiate between the two? So once I show you, I'm going to show you what the difference is between anxiety and excitement. Once I define it for you using my language, my words, you're going to have a more clear understanding. You're going to have a better understanding on how to get rid of anxiety. And I'm going to show you how to get rid of anxiety in this very short video. Savvy? All right, so let's begin with, I want to talk about emotion first. So emotion is energy in motion. So when you hear somebody say you have good energy or this group has good energy, what energy is, so when you ask somebody, how do you define energy? What do you mean by I have good energy? What do you mean by this group or this culture has good energy? What does that mean? And they will just refer to their feelings. They're like, oh, I don't know, I just feel good around you. What energy is a synergistic, it's how you feel whenever you're interacting with a group or when you're interacting with somebody. Do you see? So how do you define energy? Energy is just what emotion comes up for you, what energy and motion comes up in your body whenever you're interacting with something. So when you interact with somebody and then they just have mannerisms, they have language, they make you feel good about yourself, they make you feel good by being around that person or that group, then you instantly think in your brain, this person has good energy. Something about that person. And what it is just you're feeling good about that person. So how does that relate to this? So anxiety is a word, right? It's an abstraction of an energy in motion that we put onto something. So let me give you an example of what words do. Words create abstractions. Language creates abstractions. So that's what they do. I'll give you, for example, of an abstraction. If I tell you I'm holding something in my hand, and what I'm holding in my hand is an orange. Now, you're not going to imagine something red. You're not going to imagine something long and yellow. You're going to imagine a fruit that is round for the most part, and it's the color of orange, the mixture of yellow and red. So what words do is they create abstractions. So when you say something is, when an energy comes up in your body, and then people tell you that thing you're feeling in your body, that energy that's moving around in your body, it's ebbing and flowing, it's going around, right? If you imagine a lava lamp, only in very fast motion, so it's lava lamp, very fast motion, that's energy going around your body. You're feeling this energy and you're describing it. You put a word to it. You create abstraction for it and you say, this is anxiety. So what is anxiety then? What is anxiety? What's the difference between anxiety or excitement? It's pretty much the same feeling, except anxiety has some mixture of other emotions into it. So when you mix, so let me just give you the definition of anxiety. So what is anxiety, all right? Anxiety is excitement. Anxiety is the energy in motion, the emotion of excitement, tinged with a mixture of a few other emotions that create the anxiety feeling, right? So, excitement. What's up, Bree Bree? All right, so excitement, you get excitement, and then you mix it with fear. You mix it with worry. Okay, so when you mix excitement with worry, and I'm going to define what worry is for you so you can get rid of it, and I'm going to show you how to get rid of it. So when you mix excitement, this energy in motion called excitement, you mix it with, thanks for the like, Amber. When you mix excitement with worry, it becomes anxiety. And then when you make this worry, this I'm going to define it for you. This worry gets so big, and this anxiety gets so big, then you have what therapists would probably call a panic attack or an anxiety attack. So how do you get rid of that? So you diminish the worry, you diminish that anxiety, and turn it into excitement. I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so you mix excitement with worry. What is worry? Worry is an investment you make when you know there's no return on that investment. Let me say that again. Worrying is an investment you make when there is no return on that investment. So it's the same as when you go to the stock exchange and you have like a $500,000. You have $500,000 and then you say, I'm going to invest it in a stock so I can make money. So you invest it in this stock, but you look at this stock and you know that this stock won't give you any return. You're going to think, I'm going to invest in something that won't give me any return at all. Is that smart or is that stupid? Right? You won't get any money for investing in it. You actually might even lose money. So would you invest in it? No. So worrying is something you do. You invest in. An emotional investment is something where you get nothing in return. Let me put it a different way. Worrying is what you do when there's nothing you can do. So all you do is worry. So what's the point in worrying if there's nothing you can do about it? There's no point, right? So what is worry? Let me give you what a definition of worry. Worry is fear. But what is it? What kind of fear is it? Worrying is fear of a future, of something happening in the future, of your imagining something in the future that is a pain to you. You're imagining a future pain that you don't want to experience in the future, and you're feeling it now. So let me say that again. You're imagining a pain in the future that you don't want to experience, but you're experiencing that pain right now. Now, is that a waste of time or is that a waste of time? You're imagining a pain in the future, you're imagining it, but you're experiencing it now, even though you haven't even figured out, you haven't even done the act, you haven't even figured out, you just imagine the worst case scenario and then you're feeling the pain now. Let me give you for example. You're in a highway and you're driving down the highway, right? And then one of your tires blow out. So oh shit, my tire blew out. So you park you veer off to the corner, the side of the road, and then you walk out of your car, look at the tire. Oh man, my tire's flat, damn. So you pop your trunk, you open your trunk, and then you see, oh my God, I left my lift. What was it called? My jack. I left my jack at home. Damn it. So now you're thinking, oh man, what am I gonna do? I have a flat tire in the middle of nowhere in a highway, and my jack is at home. And then you see, about half a mile ahead of you, you see a house, and the house, the light is on, so you know somebody's home. So I'm like, okay, I have no choice. I'm gonna walk over there and I'm gonna see if they have a jack. They have several cars in the driveway. They probably have a jack. One of the cars probably has a jack. So you walk over there, you start walking, and now you're imagining things. You're imagining, oh my God, so it's 9 p.m. What if they're on a date? What if the person that owns the house is on a date and I knock on the door and I interrupt their date and they get angry at me? Or what if I go over there and there's nobody home? Oh my God, what if they just left the house and just left the lights on? Or what if they don't have a jack? What am I gonna do? Or what if? You imagine all of these scenarios. So now you've built up all these imaginary scenarios in your brain, even though you don't know what the result could be. The result could be very, very positive. The result could be 70% or 80% of the time, you're going to get a jack. It's going to be a positive result. So you walk over there, all this anxiety in your brain, all this excitement mixed with fear, fear being the imagining the pain of the future, which probably won't even happen. And then you knock on the door, and then a little old lady comes out, and then you yell at the lady and say, "Keep your effing jack," and then you leave. And that's what worrying is. Worrying is the worst use of your imagination. The lady could have had the jack. The lady could have easily let you borrow. The lady could have helped you. But you, because of your imagination, so filled with anxiety, you just imagined the worst future ever. And then you went up there with a certain kind of response, certain kind of action. So that's what people do when they worry. They invest their imagination on something that won't help them and will result in a bad behavior when you're faced in that scenario. You get it? So worrying is the worst use of your imagination. Worrying is the fear of feeling the pain in the future, which you probably won't even happen. And you're feeling the pain in the moment right now. What's the use in that? There's no use. It's an investment you make when there's no return on the investment. So what do you replace worrying with? What do you replace worrying with so you can get rid of anxiety? You turn anxiety into excitement. You get rid of worrying and turn anxiety into excitement by planning. Planning, using your imagination for a better, for a more fruitful outcome, for more fruitful behavior. So the behavior you do when you're faced with that scenario, you have the best behavior. You have the best expectation. You manage your expectation. So you plan, if this happens, I'll do this, right? If this happens, I'll do this. If I walk to that house and they don't have a jack, I'll say, okay, that's fine. No worries, thank you. I'll find a different house. Or I'll borrow, oh, what if they don't have a jack? What if they're on a date? And then you imagine, oh, if that happens, then maybe I'll ask for their cell phone, or can I use your phone for 1 minute and call the tow truck? Because you left your cell phone at home too. That's funny. So whatever happens will happen, and then you just plan a contingency for it. And this contingency planning will create excitement for you. Will replace that fear, subside that fear, make that fear smaller and smaller and smaller, and that energy of anxiety smaller and smaller and smaller, because you'll know what to do in the future. You're using your imagination for dealing with the pain that you probably won't even feel. You're using your imagination for a better investment, and then now you're looking forward to it. You're turning anxiety, getting rid of worry, getting rid of fear, and turning it into excitement through planning. How simple is that? All right, so if you're watching this, type in the comment below what the temperature is where you're at right now. If you like the ideas that I'm talking about, click the like button or click the heart. And if you have any comments and ideas, thoughts, or if you disagree, type it in the comments below. If you know anybody that could appreciate these videos, these ideas, share it with them, and I'll talk to you on the next live. Bye-bye.